So friends, in this video lecture, we will try to move on with the next OOP principle, which is inheritance. Now what actually is this inheritance? Inheritance, as you might have heard of this word the many times, that we say that he is inheriting the properties of his family, right? That means what now? That he is taking the characteristics which are already there in their genes or in their family. The same thing is true even in OOP, that is object oriented programming. That is, one object can acquire the properties of the another object. Like say for example, it is usually nothing but whatever the data or code which is there in one object can be accessed by the another object which is in the same class. Okay. Why is this important? This is important because it supports us something called as hierarchical classification. So what is hierarchical? Hierarchical is nothing but top to down approach, or it could be bottom to up approach as well, no problem. That is nothing but the hierarchical, say for example, the simple example you can take is, if you take the example of any industry, the first person comes as a manager, then comes as your team lead, then comes as your employee, and so on, right? So this is the hierarchical classification. Or to give you a simple example, say for example, you know that dogs, take the example of a dogs. Okay, so what is a dog? Say for example, you take the example of a Doberman. Doberman is what now? It is a type of a dog, right? Now, which in turn, dogs come into which classes now? It comes into mammals. Okay, then the larger thing is what now? It finally comes into your animals. So you can observe here in this diagram that the first thing you have here is the retriever. Retriever is nothing but it is one of the, say, some animal. Then comes is your domesticus. Then comes is your canine. What is canine? Canine will be a form of a mammal, and mammals belong to what class now? Animals. So this is what is called as inheritance. That means what now? The mammals have some properties which are there in animals. The canine has some properties which are there in mammals. Same thing with feline. Feline has some properties which are there in mammals. So in this way, you can see that the properties of one object will be shared with the other object. This is nothing but your inheritance. Okay. So you can see here a deeply inherited subclass inherits all of the attributes from each of its ancestors in the class hierarchy. That means what now? Whatever you can, a deeply inherited subclass. So this is my deeply inherited subclass, right? Is it deep? Right, it is deep. It is right at the end. Okay. What they are saying? It inherits all of the attributes, whatever attributes are there from its ancestors. Who are these ancestors? Retriever ancestors are who? Domesticus, canine, mammal, right? It inherits all of the attributes of its ancestors in the class hierarchy. That means if I take mammal and if I take retriever, retriever has all the attributes which a mammal has. So in this way, you can say that the retriever is having all the characteristics, it is very similar to a mammal. So this is nothing but your inheritance. So very important concept to understand. So moving ahead, I'd like to give you one more small thing, that is one more next very important thing, which is nothing but your polymorphism. Now what actually is this polymorphism? So in Greek, the meaning of polymorphism is nothing but many forms. So a simple example of your polymorphism which I would like to give here is, like say for example, you have an addition sign. Okay, say you have an addition sign. One second. Yeah, say you have an addition symbol. Now what is this addition symbol used, friends? Say for example, I have two numbers, say I have 2 and 3, right? What is this addition symbol doing now? It is adding 2 and 3. That is, the one work of this addition is what now? It would be doing the addition. What could be the other work? If I have two strings, like say for example, I have here J, C, E, right? And here I have E, C, okay? Here I have E, C. Now, the same addition symbol can also be used to join these two strings. It can be used to join these two strings. So, when I use an addition symbol in between these two, the output I would be getting is JCE is joined with EC. The output I will be printing is JCE EC, which we call as concatenation, Okay. So, this is one meaning. The other meaning is we have is that is one simple thing, that is one plus sign can be used in n number of forms. That is one thing, that is many forms. One thing will take n number of forms. Okay. Now, to understand much deeper into this, that means one interface can be used for general class of actions. Now, what is an interface here now, right now in our example? That is, our interface is addition. It is used for general class of actions. Any actions could be done. Okay. That means one interface, multiple methods. So, there will be, we can get n number of methods using only one interface. The best example for this is nothing but your dog sniffing. What is dog sniffing? That dog sniffing is nothing but taking the smell, right? Okay. So, how does the dog do sniffing, friends? Using the nose, right? So, the same nose is used to sniff the bone. The same nose is also used to sniff any thief, right? So, he can also sniff the bone using the same nose. He can also sniff any thief using the same nose. So, that means the nose is acting like a polymorphism. It is also performing the work of detecting food. It is also performing the work of detecting a thief. Okay. So, when we speak of polymorphism in Java, you can see here the best example is given here, that is, we have a shape, we have an area, right. So, using this one single block, we can calculate any of the areas of any of the geometrical thing. Like say for example, the shape is circle, we can calculate the area of a circle. We are using the same block, the upper block. The shape is triangle, we can calculate the area of the triangle. The shape is rectangle, we can calculate the area of the rectangle, and so on. That means, the same shape and same area, we can do n number of calculations. Okay. So, this is actually what you mean by polymorphism. So, these are the three important principles of your object oriented programming. So, thank you for watching. We will again meet in the next class.